Welcome to Lies We Like, the self-delusion of American higher education. I'm Stephen Ludwig. Now, I have this crazy idea that the first priority for colleges and universities in this country should be to serve students and the community. I'm calling on colleges and universities in the United States, public and private nonprofits alike, to do better by the people that brought them into existence and supported them for decades. Those people are us. Now, the problems with American higher education are well known and documented. College is too expensive. It leaves out too many first-generation students and students of color. It fails to provide enough opportunities for working adults. Its workforce demographics don't match those of the United States. And much of its research portfolio ignores local community needs, among many other challenges. If not addressed, if they don't fix these shortcomings will impact the stability of our democracy and the long-term economic competitiveness of the United States. Yet nothing changes. Why is that? Well, two major reasons. One, there's little to no incentive to change. The internal and external rewards for the status quo are great. Two, which is what we're talking about, is self-delusion. Colleges and universities believe the myths and lies they tell about themselves that are no longer or never were true. This causes a major gap between an institution's stated and implies values and their actions, policies, and procedures. Basically, they believe a lot of their own bullshit. Generally, the problem isn't whom they currently serve, although there is much room for improvement there. It's the millions they leave behind because of outdated thinking, structures, reward systems, and biases. It's just not right. Now, answer me this. Do we, the general public, get to have a say in this? Oh, yes. Yes, we do. You see, without us, without you and me, the humble taxpayer, most of these institutions would not exist. This is true for every public institution and many private nonprofit colleges and universities. We provide direct support through tax-free status, grants and subsidized student loans. Most of that goes directly to the schools, direct budget support for public colleges and universities' operations, federal research dollars, and I'm missing some others. How much taxpayer money are we talking about? Billions, tens of billions, every single year. 39 U.S. federal government agencies provide more than $160 billion annually in research money. The government gives about $29.5 billion annually for Pell Grants. That's money that goes to the students that doesn't need to be repaid. It's a great program, love it, but it's still $29.5 billion every year. Currently, there's about $1.6 trillion. $1.6 trillion in outstanding federal student loan debt. Nearly all of that money went where? Directly to colleges and universities. In 2019, state and local government spent over $311 billion on higher education. That's not counting the billions we have provided to state institutions for land, building, maintenance, and operations for generations. All that state and federal money came from us, you and me. That means not only do we have every right to have an opinion about how colleges and universities operate, we can demand that they do a better job in serving us. Now, is all this public money a good investment? Well, of course it is. Research has shown it over and over and over. It's done amazing things for the United States, for all of us, whether we went to college or not. And our higher education system is the envy of the world for a reason. But colleges and universities have become so enamored with their success, they've forgotten whom they should serve. And it's time to correct that. It's become clear to me that colleges and universities cannot change if they do not address the lies and myths they tell themselves. These include that they put students first. They do everything they can to keep tuition low. Research is good for undergraduates. Tradition is mission, and many others. Now, you might be wondering, Steve, who are you? Why do you care? And how are you qualified to talk about all this stuff? That's legit. I think it's important before I go on to share how much I actually love higher education. I love students. I love faculty, I love staff, I love the campuses, online education, all of it. I love higher education. I love colleges and universities. I put myself through college attending 2 community colleges and graduating from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, when I was almost 26 years old. Getting that degree transformed my life. I want this life-transforming education available to as many people as possible that have the talent and the desire. That's why I became a regent for the University of Colorado system, where I served for 12 years. Now, you're probably wondering, what's a regent? Yeah, everyone asks that. Regents are also called governors, or more commonly trustees. They're like a board of directors for a business. It's the body that the university president or chancellor reports to, and the group that is ultimately responsible to ensure the institution fulfills its mission. Now, people like me are not supposed to serve on boards of any university because I am not rich, I am not powerful, and I am not well connected. And former community college students typically need not apply. These boards like folks that went to school the old-fashioned way. They're traditional students, lived in a dorm, went right after high school and had your typical college experience. Those are the people that usually become rich, powerful, and well-connected. Now, Colorado elects their regents. That's how I was able to serve. My unique point of view of having put myself through school, having been a student leader, and as a community college transfer student, was usually missing from the conversation at the board level. Not just my board, at other boards around the country that I talked to. This experience, along with a lot of research and homework, has given me a hard look under the hood of how higher education actually operates. And I can tell you this, it's in desperate need of reform. And if colleges and universities, public and nonprofit alike, do not change, we will all wind up paying the price. This conversation needs to start now. That's why I'm doing those videos, and I hope you join me on this journey. Thanks for watching. Good on them, right call. But things are getting back to normal now, and as we're seeing, inflation is going up, and that's going to start being seen in tuition, going up, up, and up. And look, I get it. Things get more expensive every year. Expenses go up. State appropriations for public colleges and universities don't always follow suit. You have to make up the difference somewhere. Tuition increases are part of the deal. But don't try to tell us that you do everything you can to keep tuition low. It's just not true. Now, why am I so upset by this? It's because I love higher education. It transformed my life, and I want as many people as possible to get what I got. I love faculty. I love the students. I love campuses. I love online courses. I love all of it. Higher education is in the life transformation business, and it is awesome. And that's why I'm so upset. What colleges and universities do matters. It matters a lot because people's lives are transformed forever. So here's what we need you to do. We need you to do better. And you can do better. You're really smart. You got smart people. You can figure so much of this stuff out. But the first place we need you to start is stop believing your own BS.